In the Big Brother Naija house, nothing is ever as it seems. Beneath the dazzling lights, playful banter, and camera-ready smiles are unsaid words, fragile emotions, and feelings so raw they can shatter bonds in a heartbeat. This is a story about Bright and Mide, two housemates whose connection felt unshakable until a simple look from another housemate cracked open insecurities neither of them saw coming. This is a story about love, jealousy, misunderstanding, and the hard journey back to forgiveness. Act I. The tension begins 1:30 to 8 o'clock. It all started on a Tuesday afternoon. The sun had poured warmth into the house like honey, and spirits were high after the group challenge. Housemates danced in the living room, laughing, joking, buzzing with energy. But Bright was distracted. Across the room, Kayikunmi, confident and magnetic, was looking at Mide. It wasn't just a glance. It lingered. It had weight, admiration, maybe even something more. Bright noticed. At first, he shook it off, told himself it was nothing. But when it happened again the next day, during a simple cooking session in the kitchen, he couldn't ignore the slow burn in his chest. Mide, unaware or unbothered, laughed with Kayikunmi about spices. To Bright, that laugh was louder than anything he'd heard all week. He didn't say anything. Not yet. But something in him had shifted. Act 2, the breakdown, 8 to 4 p.m. 2 nights later, in the dressing room, the tension finally snapped. Bright stood leaning on the counter, arms crossed, eyes on Mide's reflection in the mirror. "Did you notice the way Kayikunmi looked at you?" he asked, not angry, but not calm either. Mide stopped brushing her hair. Her face didn't change, but her voice did. "Bright," she said, "leave that man. I removed myself from that situation." Her words were steady. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't roll her eyes. But she didn't reassure him either. "I don't care about him. Don't let it affect us." And then she left the room. She didn't storm off. She didn't cry. She simply removed herself, as she said. But Bright stood there, surrounded by silence. He felt like the floor beneath him had opened just slightly. Act 3, distance 16 to 10 p.m. In the BBNaija house, a few feet of space can feel like a mile, and a single day of silence can feel like forever. Mide didn't ignore Bright. She was just distant, cool, self-contained, focused on tasks, but not on him. Bright, on the other hand, was spiraling, quietly. He tried to stay busy, laugh a little louder at jokes, lingered longer at meals, but nothing filled the gap between them. One evening, he caught her in the garden, sitting alone with her legs crossed, writing in her journal. She looked at peace, and he hated that he might have been the reason that peace was cracked. Act 4, the garden scene, 10 p.m. 26:00. That night, under the garden lights and soft wind, Bright finally approached. He walked slowly, almost like he was approaching a memory instead of a person. "Can I sit?" he asked. Mide didn't look up. "You're already standing there, so do what you want." He sat there. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The silence between them had its own heartbeat. "I need to say something," he finally whispered. "I was wrong." He paused. Her pen stopped moving. "I let something meaningless get in the way of something real." "I didn't doubt you, Mide. I doubted myself. And I'm sorry." At last, she turned to him. Her expression was unreadable, but her eyes held a softness he hadn't seen in days. "You should have trusted me," she said, "or at least trusted us." She looked away again. "I didn't want to fight. I just wanted you to believe me." There was a pause, then a breath. "But I still care. A lot." Bright swallowed. His voice cracked. "I don't want to lose you." And in that moment, they both gave in to honesty, to forgiveness, to love. She leaned forward. So did he. And their lips met, not in passion, but in peace. A kiss that wasn't for the cameras. It was for the healing. Act V, rebuilding, 26:00, 29:00. The next day, the house felt different. Brighter. Mide and Bright were together again, but quieter, softer, more intentional. They didn't flaunt it. They just existed beside each other like puzzle pieces that had been forced apart, but found their way back. In the kitchen, she passed him a plate and their fingers brushed. No words, just a smile. At the task table, they worked side by side, occasionally exchanging looks that only they understood. This wasn't fireworks. It was something gentler. It was real. OUTRO. Final reflections. 29:00, 30:00. In a house full of noise, sometimes the loudest thing is silence. In a house full of strangers, sometimes love is found and nearly lost because of a glance, a misunderstanding, or pride. But in the story of Bright and Mide, something deeper was born. They had faced a fragile line between fear and love, doubt and trust. And though they stumbled, they walked back together. Because love in the BBNaija house, it's not always dramatic. It's not always loud. But when it survives, it's unforgettable.